This version of the Caterpillar D10 by Classic Construction Models is a little unusual as it includes a push blade, and we'll talk more about that later. As with other CCM models, the packaging is very good with an outer cardboard box which contains inside a presentation quality box. It's branded in the Caterpillar style, but there's no information about the machine that's modelled, and when you lift the lid, the model is nicely wrapped in tissue. There's no information about the model, and anyway there's no assembly to do because it's complete out of the box. You just need to be a little careful handling it because it's a precision model. As usual, we'll start with the detail and we'll begin underneath the model, and it's solidly made with the structure modelled well. And if we go to the push blade end, the cushioning cylinders are just about visible. The metal tracks are great, there are working rollers on the track frames, and the high drive sprocket is really detailed. At the front, the cylinders controlling the push blade are very good, with hydraulic pipes on the cylinders and hoses running to the engine block. And if we drop down to look at the push blade itself, it's got a reinforced centre plate and good anti-wear plates on the bottom. The perforated radiator is nice, and because the push blade gets a lot of punishment when in duty, it's a very heavy connection to the tractor, and it's good to see there are lifting eyes on all the components. The model has an open cab with a rollover protection structure, and if we drop down at the back, there are some good lights and a heavy pushing block at the rear together with a towing hitch. The engine details look convincing with hoses and components visible. On top there's an excellent fine metal grab rail and grille, and the operator's area has realistic looking levers and pedals. It's features time, and we start with the rolling test. There's not enough grip for the tracks on a smooth surface, but if we apply a roughened surface, then the tracks roll very nicely. In fact, the track mechanism is pretty free rolling, so if we pick the tractor up, you can see that the tracks move very nicely indeed. They are spring loaded with a realistic tensioning arrangement, as you can see there, and also the two track frames are joined by the transverse beam so that they can move for travelling over rough terrain. The other feature is the push blade, which can be raised or lowered. The mechanism is very stiff, so it will hold any pose that you like. And the purpose of the push blade is to allow the tractor to give a helping hand to other machinery such as scrapers. So let's just see how that works. Here's a 657G scraper. We'll just open up the bowl as if it was doing a cut in an excavation, and then we take our D10 with the push blade and we take the reinforced centre part of the blade, and that would just be used to engage the scraper and give it a push as it loads. This is a typical high quality model from CCM. It's got great details and is well made, and it poses particularly well with other pieces of earth moving equipment. For fans of Caterpillar plant, it's highly recommended.